Alright, hello everyone. I am back with another video. It's in the middle of the night right now because that's just how I do things and I channel messages. And so I have a candle to my left and my lamp has the red light on to actually my right. So I know it's going to still be hard to see stuff, but for me, I feel like this is more about just telling you guys the message. You don't necessarily have to see everything on the screen, but bear with me. So what I've been channeling tonight is a masculine energy. This is a very strong, strong masculine energy. And I wrote down, obviously, as I kind of seem to be doing now, just some stuff that I found relevant to this masculine energy. So, of course, take it as it resonates, put it where you see fit. Obviously, this isn't for everyone, but this is what I was channeling. So, first was the song Crystal Ball by Styx. Next was the song Take It Easy by The Doors. Next is Light My Fire by The Doors. Another song is Ancient Source by Caldera. And the next song is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. So what I was able to channel with these songs at first was that this is somebody that stays up late listening to music that reminds them of you. They listen to music that you like because it makes them feel closer to you. This is someone who has had or who has their head in the clouds just thinking of you. They're almost in like a sort of dreamlike state, when they think of you. They just have their head in the clouds. I could kind of see it. They have like their hand on their chin and they look up at the sky just thinking of you. Or even if it's not literally the sky, they're like just looking up, at the ceiling, whatever room they're in, and they're just like, man, I just can't stop thinking about you. I just can't get over you. I can't stop thinking about you. And so what stuck out to me was the number 428. And I found this relevant because another song I channeled was the song Creep by TLC. So what I got with this song was, first of all, of course, because Creep by TLC is 4 minutes and 28 seconds long. So what I channeled with this song was that, of course, that number 428 is significant, but also this masculine energy is someone who, in the past, they were with someone for a long time. They were either like married to this other person, other woman, to a very jealous feminine energy this masculine was with. She never ever trusted him. This woman would creep on him basically all the time, watching him on social media, maybe having his or her friend spy on him, potentially even his so-called friend spy on him too. There have been a lot of jealous energies that for some reason were against this masculine energy and were helping his jealous feminine either wife or girlfriend, whoever this woman was in his life. They were just like helping her in spying on him and making things worse. So this jealous feminine had accused him of cheating for the longest time. And he apparently, from what I got, it was like as if this masculine I'm getting in particular, for the longest time really wasn't cheating on her. He was faithful to her. But because she had so much jealous energy, she never, went inside and healed herself. She always insisted on she was being right. Oh, you're cheating on me. You're cheating on me. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then eventually he got tired of it. And well, he started looking elsewhere. That's what I'm getting. So what I'm getting is that this masculine energy, he finally did leave this woman for another woman. It was kind of, how does that go? A self-fulfilling prophecy. That's kind of what I'm getting here. A self-fulfilling prophecy happened between this jealous karmic feminine and this, honestly, your divine masculine. The karmic feminine, if you want to call her that, this very, very, very jealous woman who was very karmic to him. The lesson he was supposed to learn, the cycle he was supposed to finish out with her is basically to put a stop to being with someone who always who doesn't trust you. How can you be with somebody who always accuses you of cheating? What he had to learn was that no matter what he does, she'll never trust him. And so that's the cycle he had to break with her. So that's where I felt the song Creep by TLC was important, because it's kind of relevant with the lyrics. Just listen to the song as a whole, and it should fit in with the message, if you decide to listen to it. Basically, like I said, that woman, no matter what he did, she never trusted him. And he got tired of her always accusing him of lying and cheating on her. And so he finally left her. Or if this is not happening in your life yet, this is about to happen. I can feel this, For some of you, he's about to leave her because he's finally realizing no matter what he does, she'll never trust him. That cycle with them is through, or it's about to be over. He's realizing she will never trust him, and so that cycle is almost through. Okay, so another song I channeled was Missing You by Dan Fogelberg. So what I'm getting is that you might have been the woman that he left this karmic, jealous feminine for. I kind of just got, he saw in you, you were everything that he ever wanted. You were everything that she was not. Where she is, jealous, angry, spiteful. I'm hearing spiteful. This was a very spiteful woman, dark energy. Just what is suspicious, always suspicious of him. She was all these negative things. And, it was vice versa, night and day. She was so dark and negative, but you're so light and positive. So he was instantly drawn to you. So right now there must be some sort of potential separation between you two, or, there's a separation before this cycle with him and this, feminine is over. Once that cycle between them is through, he should be coming back to you. But in the meantime, while this is closing out for them, he, misses you. He misses you a lot. He wishes he could be with you. I was able to channel that this is someone who feels very romantic towards you. They want to do all of the romantic things, cliche romantic things is what I was getting, where they they want to go out, just on a date with you, going on dates, wine and dine you. This is somebody who is pretty traditional in a way. He kind of just wants to go to maybe a restaurant together just to see how you would be. So you guys might not have been able to maybe do those typical things together. I feel like y'all know each other, but you just never had that chance to do the conventional romantic things. And that's something he wants to do with you. I feel like what I'm hearing, when he gets his chance, when he gets to come back, he wants to do that with you. Other things I wrote down, he wants to buy you flowers and, watch the sunset with you, on a beach, all that cheesy stuff. This is a very romantic person. He's a real lover at heart, a real sweetheart, a lover boy. I'm getting this is a masculine who is, very tough on the outside, or he looks tough. He might even be really scary to some people who are maybe not used to him. I'm getting this is somebody with a pretty alternative type of lifestyle. They're very unconventional in multiple ways. And so for regular, normal people that might have a 9-to-5, seeing your divine masculine might even scare them in some ways. He's totally different from what they normally ever see in their regular lives. But despite this tough exterior, he's super sweet on the inside. In fact, you know what I'm getting? What I just thought of? He's like a Sour Patch Kid. What is it? First he's sour, then he's sweet. That's how it might have been between y'all when y'all first met. You might have thought he was a bit of an asshole. You might have thought this guy is a bit of a jackass. But maybe, y'all had a date together, or just as y'all got to know one another, as you came to find out how he feels for you, you realize, he has only that the tough exterior is just a way to protect him, because as cliche as it is, he's been hurt before. Obviously this jealous feminine in his past, it did hurt him because she never trusted him. And he did try to be faithful to her. That's what I'm seeing too. He tried to be faithful, but it didn't matter because she didn't trust him either way. I was also able to channel that something about like New Orleans being significant. Specifically, I'm kind of seeing, all the stuff by the water. The card in particular I'm thinking about, and I'll pull cards soon, just wait. But in my mind, I'm seeing the Six of Swords, and not necessarily in like, a negative way. I'm seeing that just like as a physical location. There's kind of the Six of Swords in some ways kind of looks a little bit like New Orleans if you've ever seen pictures or been there before. So once again, New Orleans, significant. I also channeled that this divine masculine of yours is someone who really, really, really loved his father. They were like best friends, best buds. In some ways, this masculine, when he was like a kid, when he was real little, he was like his father's mini me. I'm seeing they were like this, just super tight, just, I don't know. I was going to make like a food comparison. So he might have learned to cook from his father too. He might have developed a love for food because of his father. What I'm getting here is that this masculine and his father were so much alike. They were like twins, and I'm kind of getting here that this might be an older masculine. He might be middle-aged or older. And so his father is likely passed on. That's what I'm getting here. And what I'm getting is that your divine masculine, he probably like, I'm literally seeing in my mind how people conventionally pray, like getting on their knees by their bedside. And I'm seeing literally that this masculine will like get by the side of his bed and kind of look up at the ceiling and pray or talk to his father. He'll be like here and, just talking to his dad saying, hey, if you think it's supposed to be this, show me that. Right. He'll ask, I'm getting here. This is a masculine. He'll kind of like, pray to his father. It's like, ancestor veneration, if you're familiar with that. This is somebody, I just got this too. This might be someone who in some ways, obviously he's spiritual, he's very intuitive, but this masculine might have also even left, offerings, for his father as a way of saying thanks, being like, hey dad, I'm thinking of this, can you help me out? And every time he's prayed and talked to his father comes through for him, even in the afterlife. So I'm seeing here that this man also leaves offerings to his father in some ways. Potentially like food his dad liked, or maybe playing music or songs his dad liked too. So I guess in some ways, potentially that the father figure is, in both of y'all's energy. His father might even, if he's passed on, be watching over you too, especially if maybe you even met his dad before his father passed away, right? Last bit of paper here. I also meant to mention another song relevant is A Love of Your Own by Average White Band. That is just kind of probably one of the best ways, if you listen to the song, probably one of the best ways to describe how your divine masculine just really loves you, There, once again, I did mention New Orleans, so I feel like there's something very southern about this. One of y'all, if not both, might be from the South, and there's something, it's like the love between y'all is somewhere between like a muggy, hot summer night. If you're familiar with that, you might not be anywhere from the South, but it's like the love between y'all. It's so, I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever been in the South in the middle of the summer and it's humid and you hear crickets and frogs and all that kind of stuff, take it as it resonates, But that's what I'm getting here. This is a love that endures, even when it's super hot out, even when it's full of bugs and mosquitoes, even at its worst. This is a love that endures between you two. So on the last bit of this paragraph of this piece of paper I have here is that, once again, going back to his father, this masculine was so connected to his father, and he likely, his dad is very likely the reason why he loves music so much. So, once again, your divine masculine loves music. That's what I'm getting here. And a lot of his musical taste is because of his dad. I channeled just a lot of these like 70s songs, kind of like classic rock, 70s love songs for the most part. So that might also be relevant too. Your divine masculine might be listening to 1970s love songs thinking of you. He's probably like, oh, I'm going to listen to this. Oh, it makes me think of her. Oh, that makes me think of her. That's actually pretty funny to me. Like, your divine masculine's such a cheese ball. He'll stay up late at night just thinking about you, listening to music from the 70s. That is so funny. Like, it's so cute. That's so cute in a way. Like, he's just cheesing over you, thinking about you. Once again, I'm getting y'all haven't seen each other in probably a long time or just a little while. And from here, it's just like, he's just thinking, looking up at the ceiling or the sky, like, man, I can't wait to see her again. I know what I'm going to do. Next time I see her, I know what I'm going to do. I can't wait to see her again. So, I know that was quite a bit, before pulling cards, but, if you're still here, thank you, bear with me. I'm about to pull some. So I just want to see, what else cards can say about this connection. Obviously y'all are thinking of each other, especially if you're watching this video thinking of him, and this is all relevant to you, So let me put this up real quick. So I'm just going to pull some cards to see, what's relevant to this, any messages for the collective about this connection. Probably, I guess, of course, let me know, divine, what we're supposed to know, right? When are these two, when is the divine feminine and divine masculine going to see each other again? If you could tell me that. So I'm splitting the deck at the 4 cups. And then kind of just randomly grabbed the 6 of swords reversed. So kind of just keeping that in mind. Probably just thinking about that situation. Oh, okay. This is pretty similar to one of the other readings I just did recently. But obviously I'm just seeing here, first and foremost, your divine masculine is probably thinking the same thing too. Like, man, when am I going to see her again? That's what it is. He's like, man, when am I going to see her again? I just don't know what I'm going to do. When am I going to see her again? Ooh. All right. So, oh God. Ooh. Oh my God. I wanted the cards to just pop out, but I couldn't help. I just saw this. Oh man. Put it in the camera. So the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. And what I'm seeing here, literally, because I know this sounds weird, but it's like the Knight of Pentacles here, he's holding, because this is the Everyday Witch, he's holding what's supposed to be a pentacle, but it's like a ball. Oh God. Oh my God. I didn't want to point that out. Okay, so fine. I'll just say it like it is. I'll try to be tactful because this is YouTube, but somebody in the past you might have held the masculine's ball. You catch my drift? Or balls? God, can I even say that? Whatever. So that might be a confirmation if y'all have gone that far. But I'm also saying that, if you're, of course, young enough, this is just the way I'm reading it. If it resonates, it resonates. If you can't get pregnant, then maybe this isn't for you. But what I'm saying here is that this divine masculine wants to get you knocked up. Here in this deck, the Empress is pregnant. She's holding her belly. I'm just really seeing this. I don't know how to describe it exactly with the Knight of Pentacles, but it's like the way he's holding, because he's holding the ball up. He's holding the pentacle up. He wants to get you knocked up. The next time he sees you, he wants to get you knocked up. Oh my God, that is so crazy. Ooh, oh my God. Dang. The Page of Pentacles here too. To me, that he's like looking at you. He's watching you from afar. So, if y'all are in distance, whether it's just physically or emotionally, either or whatever. I'm getting here, like, if for some, for some of y'all, if y'all like live in the same town but you're not talking to each other, I kind of literally just saw this masculine might be like walking across the street watching you. If you work somewhere like a cafe or a coffee shop, for some of y'all, your divine masculine is literally walking across the street on the sidewalk, just acting like he's just acting. He's walking down the sidewalk. He's just acting, but no, he's watching you. That's for some of y'all. For others, I'm also saying, if this is like a physical distance, like literally y'all are too far apart from each other, like geographically right now, I also see that he is watching you online and making plans to come back to you. Either way, I mean, for both of y'all, whether it's like him watching you physically across the street or, of course, watching you online. They're both like thinking, how am I going to make my move? How am I going to get back to her? How am I going to make my move? They're thinking about it, they want to do it. They're just not completely sure yet. Oh my God. That's funny here with the Two of Cups here. I feel like that's relevant to what I was saying at the beginning of the video about this being a man who wants to wine and dine you. And I know that's so literal sometimes with the Two of Cups, but I feel like this is like a confirmation with what I said earlier. He wants to take you out on a date. And that's probably what he's thinking of, especially for y'all who this is just, like the guy watching you across the street at the coffee shop. This is a person who's thinking like, okay, maybe, oh yeah, for some of y'all, he wants to like take you out for coffee. Like maybe I'll just ask her to go get coffee with me and she'll talk to me again. It's so silly. Oh my God. I'm not laughing, but like, oh my God. Like I want to, it makes me giggle. It's so cute. Like y'all are so, sometimes it's like childish in a way, not in a bad way. It's like so, it's innocent. It's really innocent. That's what I'm getting here. Sometimes your masculine could be so innocent and it's kind of funny, cause it's like, wow, just wow. Right. I feel like that's something kind of about both of y'all where sometimes both of y'all can just randomly come off as just so innocent and in some ways naive. And that's kind of also why both of y'all love each other for it. All right, the Fool. Oh, you know what? And that makes sense. That makes sense too. The Fool where, if he wants to make his move, he's thinking about making that step, literally. Here the person is, typically, just any Fool card, they're walking off that cliff, or about to. But what I'm seeing here is that this divine masculine is thinking about making that first step, making that move. Something about monarch butterflies being significant. I thought that I saw a monarch on this card over here, but that's actually a bird. But I don't know, I'm getting, for some of y'all, monarch butterflies and maybe tiger lilies might be important, significant for you, a confirmation. Maybe right before you saw this video or maybe right after you watched this video, you'll see something about butterflies and tiger lilies. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So wow, that is so funny. Okay. I had to think about this for a little while. So, you know me, I'll be like kind of editing. I just want to point out, the way I edit my videos, I don't edit anything out to like force anything. I let the cards come out as they do. I'm not going to fake a reading. But I do cut out, like dead air, because who wants to watch like, a minute of me just kind of analyzing the cards? That's boring. But anyway, I had to take a minute though to really look because here, so what came out first, and I know I have the stuff set up the way this is just how I read. But anyway, so over here is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the way I read this card is that literally, reading, right? First of all, you might be a person that likes to read books, But also, or get readings, right? But what I'm seeing here is that your divine masculine has gotten quite a few readings on you. In fact, shit, for some of y'all, it might have been somewhere around 9, if not more. Maybe also somebody might have a reading at 9, like 9 a.m. But first of all, let me just get this message out. This masculine's gotten multiple tarot readings on you in the past. And especially after this last separation y'all had together, he got a reading on you because he wanted to know how to get you back. So he's gotten multiple readings on you, just in general, but he got one recently because he wanted to know how to get you back. Because this is the 8 of Cups here, and this is, to me, I see this as you leaving. He got a reading, this most recent time, last time, and was like, what do I do? How do I get her back? Here with the 6 of Pentacles, because here, just any deck, but typically the 6 of Pentacles is like somebody giving, to other people. Some giving, getting. He's like, how do I get her back? How do I get her back? So here, with the King of Wands, you can kind of see here. Once again, I apologize for the color. It's late, it's dark out, and I tried to change the color of my lamp. But anyway, you know what? But that might be significant too. Did I say it earlier? This person's energy is like red. This is a masculine that red might be their favorite color too. So I don't know. The color red is very significant here. I could tell you that much. But the King of Wands here is seen kind of like planning something on a map, and so that's what I'm seeing here. He's planning how to get you back. He's planning where to go, how can we fix this? He really wants to fix this with you. Okay, yeah. So when he got the reading, he asked the reader, what are my options? What can I do? And I want to know, so what did the reader say? What did they say to him? A few cards I wanted to pull out. Which one should I go with first? So what did they say? Giving, okay, maybe, something like that. 6 of Cups. So I feel like here, because we have the 6 of Cups and then Judgment, and what I see so significant on the Judgment card are these musical notes. Can you even see that? In this deck, this woman is playing, what even is that? Flute, clarinet, whatever. But, this person, your divine masculine, might even be a musician. He might know how to play quite a few instruments, an instrument or two at least. But what I'm getting here is that the reader, it's like the reader literally told him, if you want to get her back, you need to play some music. So what the reader told him was that if you want to get her back, you're going to have to play some music, and something that she likes too. So what I'm hearing here, because we have Temperance out here, and the woman in this card, she has her, I know you can't see it on the camera, but the way this woman is, she has her arms folded, all this stuff. She's in this very peaceful kind of pose. Kind of reminds me of maybe a Buddhist prayer type of thing. But what I'm hearing here is that the reader told him, she's watching for you. She's watching out for you. It may not seem like it, but she's watching out for you. And that's multifaceted. So the reader, kind of unintentionally told him, but didn't tell him that, you probably also pray for this guy. You really care about him a lot, and you want to make sure that he's safe. So that's one thing. But the reader was also okay, if you want her to come back into your life, you need to to play that show. You need to play that thing. You need to do what you're supposed to do, because she's waiting for you to come back. That's what I guess he told him. Your masculine might have gone to another masculine tarot reader, but I feel okay, kind of just a random point. Your masculine might have also went to multiple female readers, but for some reason here, this recent one might have been a masculine, an actual male. that or this recent, whoever this tarot reader is that I'm picking up on is either an actual man or they have a very masculine energy, but I'm seeing this as being actually a man. So whoever this was, though, he told your divine masculine, you know what show you're supposed to play. You know what you're supposed to, you know deep down what to do to get back with her. And she's waiting on you. She's waiting on, on you to come back. Oh, wow. Perfect. That's perfect. Because here we have the Page of Wands. That is so funny. Like I said before, he's watching. It's okay. Y'all are both watching each other like online for sure, whether this is, geographically distanced or whatever. No matter, it's so, God. So that's a confirmation to me one way or another. No matter what the exact situation is for everybody, of course it's different, but y'all are both watching each other online, but also the reader knows that you are waiting on him to come back. And that's what that reader said. She's waiting on you. It's like she's waiting on him. She's waiting on him. She's waiting on you to come back. That's what they told him. Oh my God. The reader told him, wow, okay, that is so crazy. Okay, so here's what I'm picking up on. Your divine masculine was told that if you want to come back to her, you know exactly what to do. But you know that when you come back, you are supposed to get her pregnant. That's what you're supposed to do. You know that when you come back into her life, you are supposed to get her pregnant. So quit fucking around. Quit denying your destiny, because that's what you're supposed to do. I just channeled that right now. That is crazy. So maybe in the past, you and your divine masculine dated, or, y'all might have actually slept with each other. And while y'all were together in bed, he might have said he didn't want to have kids, or he was afraid of having children. I'm kind of getting more that in the past your masculine was really just afraid of having children. I'm getting here that your divine masculine was probably like afraid of the idea, not being a dad, but he was afraid of being a horrible dad. It was like he was afraid, like, what if I mess up? What if I fail? That's what I'm getting here. So it's like he knew. That is so crazy. He always knew he was supposed to get you pregnant. But he ran away at first because he didn't know what to do. He was scared. Oh my gosh. So yeah, to me, I feel like this has to be, oh gosh. Hopefully this resonates for whoever's watching this video. But whoever's watching this, just know your divine masculine was supposed to get you pregnant. But in the past, he didn't. And he got scared and he ran away. He ran away in the past. He was afraid. He was afraid of becoming a father. He didn't know what to do. Oh, okay. So we have the Ace of Wands here that I just pulled out. Honestly, here I'm seeing this as he is so attracted to you, though. He was conflicted with it, like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm so attracted to her, and it's like I would love to be a father. It's everything I've ever wanted to do. I feel like that might be surprising for you to hear. You might not have thought he ever wanted kids, especially after what he said to you, especially if, y'all slept together one night. And that's something he said. In some ways, this might be confusing, but surprising. But maybe not too much in a way. Oh, man, that's perfect. The Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands here. Like I said, he was afraid. He is attracted to you, but he was so afraid of doing the deed. In many ways, he was afraid of having a baby with you. Because he didn't know, in some ways, he didn't know what you would think. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it now. Like I said, he's gotten multiple readings on you in the past. So obviously, in the past, he got a tarot reading on you. And Somebody else told him, you're supposed to get her pregnant. And he couldn't believe it. He was shocked. Like, what? That can't be right. You've got me wrong. There's no way I'm supposed to get her pregnant. And whoever the original reader was that said that, oh, believe it, in time you will. You will get her pregnant. Because here's the Wheel of Fortune. To me, I typically see the Wheel of Fortune almost in any deck as time. Because time passes, time is cyclical, seasons. Eventually, you will get her pregnant. That's what they were saying to him. And he couldn't believe it at first. But now as time has moved on, he's become more familiar with the idea. It's so weird. It's like, it's not that he didn't hate kids. He did not hate children. He just didn't think he would be good enough. It's kind of weird. I guess he just never thought he had the ability, But there was something about it, when you met him, oh man, that is so crazy. When you met him, he knew. Oh, wow. I'm hearing literally. When he met you, he knew. He said to himself, at least, that's going to be the mother of my child. The moment he met you, he already knew. That is the mother of my child. Oh, that is crazy. Yes! Oh my God, literally. Oh my God. The Seven of Wands. That's what I'm saying. When the first time he laid eyes on you, he said, it is you. You. You are going to be the mother of my child. Ooh. It was like love at first sight for him. When he saw you that first time, he said, yeah, I'm going to have one with her. But I guess he didn't think it would actually happen. I don't know. It's weird. I see. He didn't realize that he said it. He brought it into existence. He talked it into existence by even ever mentioning it, maybe to one friend or something like that. He tried to keep his feelings on the down low in the past, I guess. He might have been afraid of what people would think. Not so much it's not that people thought you were weird or anything. It wasn't that. He might have just been afraid, I don't know, that maybe people would have thought he was stupid, potentially. There might be an age difference between you two. He was probably afraid of being ridiculed for that, but I don't feel like the age difference is really a huge thing. I feel like, you're a mature woman and, he just so happens to be a bit of an older man. It's not a huge difference, I think. Oh, yeah. Once again. See, like I said, he knew he wanted to have that family with you. He knew you were going to be the mother of his children. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Six of Swords. Six of Swords in reverse, might I add. The Six of Swords in reverse. So I'm actually hearing once again the song Peg by Steely Dan. Just once again, this man, he's very much in love with you. And he's going to come back to you. Hey, he will come back to you. That's what I'm hearing. But okay, when he does, he's going to be secret about it. Not that he's hiding from anyone, but I guess this must be a person with some high status in some way, or he's popular, or alternatively, he might have just been with a bunch of women in the past. He might have multiple jealous exes that the moment they find out y'all are together, they're going to be a bunch of very, very jealous bitches. You see all the 5 witches on here? It's going to be 5 jealous bitches. Male or female, who knows? Take it where it fits. I mean, it doesn't have to all be women that he was with. It could just be 5 people that knew y'all, at least, that would be jealous. Because people are crazy. People are weird. Sometimes people get mad that other people have good things going on in their lives. But with the world here, this woman throwing her hat off, it's like, who cares? Who cares what those people think? Let them talk. Let them gossip. Who cares? Because no matter what you do, these people will never be satisfied anyway. And what are you going to do? Not be with the person you love because of some random friend? I mean, I know that sounds stupid, maybe even cold, but it's like, that would be like as if saying, oh no, I love my divine partner, but I can't be with them because Chad doesn't like it. Brett, Mo, I don't know. Those names might be relevant in some way. But yeah, the high priestess here. Deep down, y'all knew. Deep down, y'all know. The both of y'all knew from pretty early on there's something special about this connection. There's something about y'all, like maybe telepathically, if you want to call it that. It's like just deep in your hearts, both of y'all knew that y'all were in love with each other and it's supposed to be. At some point, y'all both realized that this is meant to be. And here we have the Four of Wands. I'm seeing a celebration. I kind of also see it's like, yeah, we know, it's a confirmation. Like, yes, for sure. This is for sure. This is for sure meant to be. And y'all have a bunch of y'all's ancestors cheering you on too. This might be a person who stutters over their words. I think so. Because I kind of keep like, I can't completely get it out. I keep thinking, oh, I want to say this, I want to say that. This might be how this person thinks. They have so many things they think of on their mind, but they don't know exactly how to say it all. They might have so much pent up, pentacles, this might be an earth sign. This person might have so much pent up that they want to say to you, but can't, or haven't had the chance to. Ooh, I feel like that's confirmation with the Hermit. This is somebody who probably has spent a bunch of time by themselves, or at least they've been away from you. In this time that they've been away from you, it might have been maybe 9 months. This person might be a Virgo, take it where it fits. Once again, this person has realized that yes, in this time that I've been away from you, you are all I want. What is that one song? I think it's by SWV, where it's like, I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, I mean, what is that phrase also? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's also relevant here. This person has realized in this separation, you're the one that I want. My God, so much music with this. This feels like just a very musical couple. The both of y'all really love each other so much. And y'all obviously have a love for music that is, on the same level here. 9 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. And then the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So this might sound a little crazy here, but I feel like with these 3 cards, 9 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Knight of Pentacles, I kind of see this just as you, where you're letting go of things that happened in the past because of the fact that the 5 of Pentacles is in reverse. It's like, normally it's like, oh, dark and cold and sad, da-da-da. But here, this is you at the 9, and you're very peaceful and tranquil. And you're just keeping to yourself, You're keeping to yourself, and you're just letting go of all those sad, cold, horrible, harsh things. You're just letting go, getting rid of, probably even getting rid of clutter. Maybe you're going to the thrift store, donating stuff, things like that. Just getting rid of a bunch of stuff that doesn't mean anything anymore, or selling old things that you don't use anymore either, Okay, so this sounds kind of crazy here, but I'm getting something here about, because here we have the Devil, and then the Sun, and then the Hanged Man, and the 5 of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is that, first of all, this is really weird, but something about Mount Vesuvius might be relevant, or, a confirmation for somebody, or maybe just Italy in general. Somebody might be from or going to Italy. That might be relevant. I'm also seeing here, like, somebody here, it's just been really hot recently, very hot lately. And that might actually even be why the 5 of Cups is coming out. Somebody might be getting like heat exhaustion. So be careful, be careful out there. All right, so that's kind of weird. I guess this is just a message for somebody, confirmation maybe. It's been if you're watching this, it's probably been very hot lately or hot recently. So just be careful, stay hydrated. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's very funny too because it's the Five of Cups and then the Three of Cups over here. And in the five, there's three cups falling over. So I think it's just literally somebody has not been staying hydrated and they need to be careful. Maybe their body will lock up. Oh, somebody might get a Charlie horse from being dehydrated. Try to, right now, if it's summertime, if you go out, you might want to go out at night because, at night it's dark and cooler and all that kind of stuff. Kind of random, but maybe it's relevant to somebody. But let's see if we could close out. So we have the Eight of Wands. Excuse me. I feel like that's kind of really it. So, last two cards. Hopefully we can close out here. So, here I'm seeing, okay, with the Eight of Wands and then the Page of Cups here. Somebody, I guess maybe you're posting pictures online, and I just literally see this as people are just being weird and haters, and they're like watching you, but they're like not making fun of you, but they're trying to talk about you behind your back. Like you'll post pictures of yourself and then they'll try to, I don't know, snicker about it and talk about it. And So we have the Death card and Three of Wands. Honestly, I just kind of see this as like people trying to start shit. Not necessarily, it could be magic, but oh yeah. All right, so with the King of Swords here, there's people, there's probably even like some other guy, you never know. You might have a male ex potentially, or just in general. There might be another man that is probably like looking at your pictures and trying to talk down on you. There might be somebody trying to convince your divine masculine like you're not it, or that that she's not the way to go. Like maybe when you post pictures he shows his friends, but he might have a friend that's in his his buddy, but not really, that's trying to be like, man, she ain't all that. Man, she don't look that good. Stop. They might be trying to tell him to cut it off. Oh, cut it off with her. Cut it off. She's not like that. She ain't all that in a bag of chips. So I'm seeing here, in some ways, he might have friends that don't understand why he's attracted to you. But I'm kind of getting the feeling here that one of his friends, they're acting like they're not attracted to you, but they are. People can be weird, even men, Sometimes men can be jealous that their friend might have slept with or dated or even gotten an attractive woman's number, Sometimes men can be like that because they're like, oh, I wanted her. I wanted to be with her. So, I don't know. Sometimes people could be weird. Oh, you got to her first? Well, I didn't like her anyway. You know how people could be? That might be even this friend. Your masculine might have a friend that he probably hasn't quite realized yet that this is not really his friend. He might have a quote unquote friend that will only ever talk down about you, and he might need to quickly soon realize that and close that door on that friend. Cut ties with that friend, because all they're doing is talking down on you. Maybe trying to even end things for you. Be like, oh, you don't want to talk to her. She's, maybe a hoe. Oh, look at her picture. She's a freak, stuff like that. And just a few more. Just want to... Yeah, I'm seeing here. Yeah, they're trying to... This person is trying to, but they're not succeeding. That's what I'm seeing here. In fact, in general, if it's multiple people trying to talk about you, slander you, gossip about you behind your back, it's not working. It's not going through. Your masculine might definitely have a few people, like 2 or something, that are trying to convince him, to get rid of you, to not have you in his life. Like, oh, give up on her, cut it off with her. Who cares about her, dude? Like, why do you care about her? That's what they might be saying. Ooh. But he knows the truth. Oh man, that is the emperor. Your masculine is the emperor, and he knows the truth. In fact, actually, he lets them talk. That's what this is. Your divine masculine lets them talk. Because he knows that one day, very soon, he's going to cut them off and he ain't going to talk to them anymore. In fact, actually, that's what it is. This connection between you and your masculine taught him who is and isn't worth being in his life. So he lets those people talk to him, and he lets them talk shit about you, because he knows that one day they're going to get theirs. And in fact, whenever that day comes, and it might be sometime soon from whenever you watch this video, your divine masculine is going to basically one day show out with you. You know, one day it will be apparent that y'all are together, and it's going to make all those people mad. And they end up losing access to him in the process. Because they know that once he finally does, well, when they see y'all finally together publicly, that's when they know he's not going to talk to them anymore. Because they know that they talked so much shit about you, so much crap. They talked so much crap about you that when y'all finally end up together, they know any friendship with your divine masculine is over. All right. Is this it? Last? Yes. Ooh, and that, okay. Let's end it here. That's the truth. That's the truth. The Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Oh my God. Okay. I did feel this last card. Yeah. I just feel like it's confirmation. That's the truth. You know, here we have the star here. You know, I feel like, yeah, your emperor's, you know, obviously somebody very popular, very well known, you know, whether they're a musician or not. This is somebody that you have a divine connection with. And while he's doing some things right now, you know, fixing up, you know, finishing up some loose ties, or what is it, closing up some whatever, you know what I mean. As he is finishing some cycles out, he's like making a checklist. That's how I'm seeing it. Yes. Your divine masculine is making a mental checklist of all the people that he's not going to interact with anymore after he finishes this cycle. Because he knows that once he's done with this cycle, doing whatever he has to do right now in separation with you, from you, it's over for all these other people. I'm getting the name Ben. I'm hearing it's over for Ben too. That's what I'm hearing. Because so many people talked bad about you and slandered you and gossiped about you to him. But they don't know. They don't know that deep how he feels about you deep down inside. So he lets them talk. Because he knows that one day, really basically one day, he's going to avenge you. By giving you what you, like what you're worth. You know, he knows that he knows what you're worth. He knows that you are valuable. You know, you are important to him. Ooh, like what I'm hearing, oh, I think this is how he's feeling. He's like, I can't wait to see the look on their faces when we end up together. That's what I hear here. He's thinking to himself, I cannot wait to see the look on their faces. Bruh, I can't wait to see the look on their faces when we get together. They're going to be so fucking shocked. That's what I'm hearing. All right, I'm going to end this out. I know this is a long video. If you watched this, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.